Alright, so what's up everybody? So previously in my last video I did a full day of eating video where I just kind of took you throughout my typical day of eating on a lower calorie day. So more so what I'd be eating to cut down body fat or get shredded, I guess you could say. And in that video, I talked a lot about my style of eating and how I do intermittent fasting. And intermittent fasting I've gotten a lot of questions about, and it's something that is becoming more and more popular these past few years, and just continues to grow and grow. So I decided to make this video strictly just about intermittent fasting because it is a highly discussed topic nowadays, and so many people are just curious about it and want to know, what is this intermittent fasting thing? So intermittent fasting, all it is just a style of dieting, just like there's so many other styles of dieting out there. And not that there's any one best style of dieting or any one wrong kind of style of dieting. Intermittent fasting is just a very unique style that I strongly prefer, I strongly believe in, and I believe that is a huge key to success when it comes to losing weight, gaining weight, or just feeling great and having a totally just guilt-free and just pleasurable life. So with that being said, intermittent fasting is simply you're just fasting for the first 4 to 8 hours of the day. So you wake up and you push all your meals and calories off into the second half of the day. And what that does is it allows you to eat bigger meals, or eat more often, and you can just totally feel guilt-free about eating all these big foods and feasting. Where typical diets, you might eat a bunch of smaller meals from when you wake up all the way throughout the day. And that's great and that works for lots of people, but for some of you people, like myself included, you just aren't satisfied in that type of diet, because you eat small meals here and there, but you eat a meal and you're left off feeling hungry. Like, where's the fun in that? I want to eat a meal and just enjoy it and feel totally satisfied and full after I eat that meal, and that's just going to make me enjoy my diet and feel just a lot more pleasurable about what I'm eating. So just kind of a history behind it. I've learned most of what I know about intermittent fasting from one of the people that I look up to, and that is Greg Gallagher. He's really big in the fitness industry, and he's really been one of the biggest influencers of intermittent fasting. So if you guys want to go check him out, Greg Gallagher or Kino Body, he's a great source as well, and you'll learn a lot from him. So I have recently been intermittent fasting for roughly a year now, and I wake up every morning, I don't eat, I feel absolutely great, and I'm able to push my fast off for about 8 hours into the day, and in those 8 hours I'm just crazy sharp and just focused, and it's amazing how much my body has just learned to adapt to it. And one of the biggest things about intermittent fasting is it goes against tradition. So that's why you get so many questions and comments about, like, okay, you don't eat breakfast, so isn't that really unhealthy? You're not doing anything good to your body there by not eating breakfast. That breakfast is an essential part of your day. Well, you'd be surprised, because the research does say otherwise. If you do your research and homework on intermittent fasting, you can see that there's crazy and tremendous benefits to it. Some of these benefits include like I've already said, it makes you very sharp and focused. I find that if I eat a bunch of food or have a bunch of food and then I go try and do a homework or study or just any kind of thing that's productive, I just feel kind of sluggish and not productive. But now that I'm completely fasted, I like to do all my homework and study in the mornings, because my mind is just so sharp and it's ready to go, and you're primed to just take in information and just be productive with something, because your body is just in that fasted state. Also, it's great for your immune system. I'm not going to go too in depth about it, but just by doing research and looking into it, you find that you're just never getting sick, and you're always, I don't really know too much of the science behind this, but it's just proven to be great for your immune system, and I've seen that firsthand just by fasting. Before you go through the long winter and you might get sick, you get the flu or the cold. With fasting, I honestly haven't gotten sick, and it's been amazing, and it's something that you don't really realize until it's actually like taking place, and it's like, wow, I feel great. I mean, you get a few colds or a flu here and there in the winter, but you know, I never got anything, or you never get anything from it, so it's just great. Um, but by far my favorite thing about fasting is why it's obviously the main thing is the food and all the big meals you can eat. Um, I really enjoy this because I can go out with my friends or go out on the weekends or whenever and go out to eat and order these huge meals, and I can eat like a king basically because I have so much calories to fill throughout the day. And you know, you if you hit your proteins, your carbs, and your fast just like you would with any other diet, it works the exact same. Except you're literally just saving your meals for a later part in the day, and that makes so you can just feel totally satisfied and um, just feast, I guess you could say, compared to other diets where you have to prep all your meals. You can only eat a chicken breast here. You can only eat a certain amount of rice and veggies here, where you might not eat as much with fasting, but just the size and volume you can eat is just crazy. Um, so I guess some misconceptions about this, about fasting, is that um, since you're not eating every like few hours, or you're not eating like 6 or 5 little meals every day, that your body can't process all this food that it's taking in at one time. Um, but since you're in a fasted state and your body is depleted from food and nutrients, you can go eat one of these big meals and it's primed to take in all this protein and carbs and fats. It's ready to absorb that all. So I mean, most people think that, oh, you can only eat 20 grams of protein because that's all your body can handle and digest at one point in time. Well, that's when your body's not fasted. When your body is fasted, your body is primed and ready to take in a huge amount of food and a huge amount of protein. So you'll take in these big amounts of food and you'll feel so full and satisfied, but it's also, you have to realize that your body's taking in and processing all that, so that you'll see crazy results, especially when you're trying to put on muscle. Um, I've gone on bulks with this in the wintertime that's trying to pack on muscle, and it's honestly, it works just as well, if not better, than any other typical diet when you're putting on muscle. Um, but I would have to say that intermittent fasting really shines when it comes to going on a cutting off body fat, trying to lose weight. I think this is one of the biggest, not secrets, because most people know about it nowadays, but just tools and resources when it comes to trying to lose weight. Because most people struggle with straight up just having to limit themselves to being in a calorie deficit. And if you're not in a calorie deficit, you're not going to lose weight. And intermittent fasting just makes being in a calorie deficit so easy, because if you push all your meals off in the second half of the day, it's still going to feel like you're eating in a calorie surplus, because you're going to be eating so much even if you're in a deficit still. So it's just a crazy, insane tool for weight loss and cutting body fat. So that's another reason why I like it. And then I'm trying to stay on track here. I made a little list. Okay, so another misconception, or like common like questions that evolve around intermittent fasting, is working out. Um, People are always saying, how are you able to work out fasted? How is your body able to handle all that? And honestly, it's your body just learns to adjust to it. I mean, obviously at first, like the first 2 or 3 days, maybe like the first week, your body might feel a little bit tired when you work out, and it's not going to feel the same, obviously, because it's just something different that your body has to adjust to. Just like any other change that you might encounter in your life, you're going to have to adjust to it. It's not going to feel normal right away, but after a certain period of time, your body will adjust, and it's going to feel great when you're in your workout, because you're going to be so focused and you're just going to be ready to go and just attack this challenge that lays in front of you. I mean, I work out fasted almost every single day. Obviously, some days I do eat before I work out because I'm not able to work out that early in the day, or I have to plan my workout around some certain things. But I work out fasted, and when I eat before a workout, I honestly feel sluggish, and I don't feel as good if I would train fasted. I think that is just because I have food in my system and I feel a little bit heavier, and just I don't know, just it slows me down. So I prefer to train fasted now. That's just how my body's trained to be. It's just what I'm used to. It's what I prefer. So you'll be very surprised at how effective you can be at training fasted. So I will add though, when you do train fasted, it makes training in the morning a lot harder, or I guess afterwards, it's a lot harder to continue your fast after you train in the morning. That's just being because, obviously, whenever you work out, your body is tired and it's depleted, and you need to replenish all of the stuff you just worked off. So if you do work out early in the morning, I would advise to try and work out either in the middle of the day or in the evening, because after your workout, you're going to feel very tired, and it's going to be an unnecessary tiredness feeling that you get when you're fasting. I know when you're fasted, you're already depleted, but it's just going to make fasting very hard after you work out, if you work out in the mornings. And it doesn't need to be like that, because fasting is already a challenge on its own to not eat anything for the first 4 to 8 hours of the day. So when you add in a workout, it just makes it harder. I should say a workout in the morning. It just makes it harder. But if working out in the afternoon or in the evening when you're fasted is amazing, I feel great, and your body will definitely take a little bit of time to get used to it, but once it does adjust, you're going to feel great. Especially after the workout, that's one of my favorite times, because that's when you can just go pack in all your calories for the day, and your body's so just ready to just absorb and take in all the nutrients and calories and proteins, fats, carbs, everything, because it's been depleted all day. So it's ready and it's good to go. So that's just another reason why I like intermittent fasting. I think I've covered most topics about intermittent fasting, other from what I know. But yeah, so if you guys have any questions about intermittent fasting, or any just suggestions or things you want to know, just leave a message in the comments, or catch me on Instagram or anything. Just contact me somehow and ask me your questions, and we'll go over it and address that. So yeah, thanks for listening. You guys should like, subscribe. If you haven't already, follow me on Instagram or add me on Snapchat. Yeah, I'm still new with this whole YouTube thing. I'm just trying to figure it all out. I know my videos are probably very cringy and just awkward at times, but just bear with me. I'm new to this. You got to start somewhere, but I enjoy it. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you later.